forth. And so I have recording going. And so welcome to the Winning AI workshop. This is an implementation workshop. It's not a conceptual theory type of thing. My goal is for each of you to walk away with the sales page copy completed for your next workshop. So that is done. This is the most time consuming portion of a workshop, is actually quote unquote building the funnel, and in particular, writing the sales page copy. So hang with us here today. By the end of it, you not only will have our AI tool that has been writing our workshop sales pages, you'll have your own iteration of that. By the way, it's 100% free. It is yours to keep forever. Use it on repeat. I'm going to demo it for you guys live, show you a case study and an example, then give you a copy of it, and definitely put it to use, because going back to what we were just talking about, the name of the game is now implementation, because there's just so much tech out there. It's just who is actually going to take action with it, because so many of us can get caught up in how cool it is from a conceptual standpoint. But can you take action? Can you use AI? And so if you guys are with us here today, you will have your next workshop sales page copy completely done. And that way you can run more workshops. And so generally speaking, I'll pull up my whiteboard. Look at these familiar faces I haven't seen in a while. Karen, good to have you here. Who else did I see? Jackie, good to see you, ladies. Awesome, awesome to have you back here. All right, so we'll look at all of this, but the only thing that we really do in our business on repeat are run these workshops. You guys might have been to one of our workshops before, maybe perhaps several of them. That is the staple of our business and our marketing. The only question is, like, what is the next workshop topic going to be? And that normally answers itself pretty quickly. AI can also give you a million different cool workshop ideas now. So there's really no excuse, like, what should my next topic be? Chat with AI a little bit, and it will give you some great ideas, and then run your workshop. And then the next step in running a workshop is the sales page copy, which we are doing here today. So you will walk away with your sales page copy done for your workshop, and then you're ready to rock and roll. Like, as soon as your sales page copy is done for your workshop, you just decide the date and time, and then you run your next workshop. So generally speaking, so far this year, we have run 4 workshops. So that's about a workshop every 6 to 7 weeks. I'm going to be bumping that up quite a bit. We are going to start testing running a workshop every 2 weeks. And so we ran one in January, we ran one in February, March, we ran one end of April, we skipped May, and that's all we do. We run these workshops on repeat. Sometimes they are free, sometimes they are paid. That is up to you, whether you charge for your workshop or whether you offer it for free. I highly recommend, because I get this question a lot, how do I know when I do a free workshop versus a paid workshop where I charge per ticket? I go back and forth between each. Here is why. Your free workshop, it fills up your paid workshop. Generally speaking, people like to dip their toe in the water. So if you do a free workshop, you're going to have more people register. You're going to generate a lot of leads. After your free workshop, you can say, hey, the next one we're doing is $47 or $97. People are way more likely to then pay for the paid one, because they said, you know what, that free one was awesome, and now I know who Karen is or who Brian is, and I really like them, so I'm willing to pay money to go to the paid workshop. So we go back and forth. And then the other question is, Dino, how much do I charge for my workshop? Here's something that's very interesting to me. In terms of back-end conversions, like people enrolling into your main product or service from a workshop, it doesn't matter if the workshop was $7 or $297 in my experience. We've seen people spend $7 and then spend several $1,000s immediately after. We've seen people spend $97 and spend several $1,000s after. It's really, is your prospective client or audience, are they willing to invest in themselves? That's really what we're getting at here with whether it's free or paid. So when it comes time to pricing your workshop, main thing to ask yourself is, am I trying to actually generate some level of significant revenue from just ticket sales? So if you're like, I do want a good amount of revenue from ticket sales, you might consider $47, $97 or up, because that will start to add up when you have 10 or 20 people that are registering and paying you that. It'll end up being $1,000 or several $1,000s just in ticket sales. So ask yourself, what is the main goal? If the main goal is back end conversions. Primarily, you might have a lower ticket price and get more people in front of your main offer, so to speak, develop more relations with your audience. I'll pause for a second. Does that make sense so far? All right. We're going to have plenty of Q&A here today as well, guys. Again, you will get the AI tool in just a moment, a cheat sheet to go with it. It's yours to keep forever. Definitely put it to use. I would love to hear from all of you that, hey, Dino, I was at your workshop on Wednesday. A week later, I threw up my sales page and I ran my first workshop. I think you guys will all shock yourself in terms of what you're capable of doing. On that same note, I'm going to pause for a second. Who here has kids? Any parents in the building? Look at all the parents in the building. If you guys can parent, which means there's no manual in terms of how you raise children, it must be one of the most spectacular and difficult things to ever do in the world. If you guys can be a parent, you can run a workshop. All right. So whatever the limiting belief is in your mind behind running a workshop, I promise you it's probably not more difficult than parenting. So you guys can absolutely do the workshop thing. We'll make sure you guys get your sales page done here today. And all we really do is just a workshop on repeat. And this is our 3-step kind of process. AI is obviously very big right now. So AI we use to design the workshop, write the sales page copy, come up with emails and marketing content for the workshop. All right, so you guys are here live with me on this winning AI workshop. The sales page, or I'm sorry, the registration page that you came through looks like this. Hopefully it looks familiar to you. This was all written by our copywriting AI workshop tool. So you're going to get a copy of this. But in other words, it works. We saw about a 36% conversion rate to this page, and the whole sales page was written by AI. That conversion rate would be higher. Let me show you why it was a little bit lower than our standard. You guys might recall we tested asking for a phone number. That will always lower your conversion percentage. People just don't like giving out their phone number. They're not sure how you're going to use it. So normally without the phone number, we see 45 to 49% conversion rates. And this is using AI to write the copy for the entire page. So I'm just going to run you through this page for a moment so you understand a couple things that we are seeing that's working nicely for us. I want it to work nicely for you all as well. Is that we are adding as much information as we can above the fold. All right, so Dino, what is above the fold? We're trying to get as much information as we can in the first screen here before someone scrolls. So if you guys do use a landing page or anything of the sorts, you'll notice 5 benefit-driven bullet points are in sight when you land on this page. So you're going to get the benefit-driven headline. This is what the workshop is about. Maybe the date and time and who it's for. But then there's also these bullet points. Without even moving my mouse, I can look at this and go, ooh, it sounds interesting. It's for me, or I can disqualify myself and say, you know what, this doesn't look like it's my cup of tea. That's working very nicely for us. All right, so the reason I'm sharing that with you is you'll notice that our AI tool is going to give you back your copy in this format. And so I think it's helpful for you guys to understand from a visual perspective what that can potentially look like. The other thing that we're doing different than almost everybody online in terms of a registration page is right after this section at the top, we immediately go into FAQs. So normally that FAQ section is like at the bottom of a page. What I think makes more logical sense is that it would be at the top of the page. Let's try to answer people's burning questions immediately before they leave our page. Before something happens, they get distracted, kid runs into the room and they totally forget what they were doing. Let's try to answer their questions immediately. The faster you answer their questions, the faster they should be able to say, yeah, this is for me. I want to register. Those are the two big differences in how we design our funnel pages, especially our workshop pages, is bullet points above the fold and then immediate FAQ section. And so again, the AI tool that we're going to give you is going to intentionally give you back a result that follows this flow. Going to pause for a second. Any questions there?
The bullet points, those are primarily like your what's in it for me type of statements, like 5 of those.
It is. Yeah, these are the what's in it for me, generally benefit driven in terms of what you're going to get. And great question there, Brian. And so what's cool about our AI tool is it's going to unlock the benefits of your workshop for you. Most people say my workshop is about how to write a sales page. And they think, well, what are the benefits behind that? The AI tool is going to unlock, well, there's a lot of benefits of having a sales page written for you. There's going to be headlines that actually work, sub headlines that work, bullet points that sell your page or your workshop for you, the layout that converts. And for us, we're giving you guys our AI tool. So that was our fifth benefit of attending this workshop live.
So I'm likely to I often overthink this kind of process. You've got looks like a static image as far as with obviously with your face and just graphic to like a visual cue. Is it better to have a video explaining what the bullet points are, or just stick to the basics and just get it done?
Great question. If you're somebody comfortable on video and it's easy for you to just rip out a video, I would say go with video. I really like how video can connect with your audience. In this case, we put this together fairly quickly, and I was like, and even though I love being on video, I decided I'm just going to do a static image. It's yeah, a little bit faster for me still.
So get it out there and then improve it later if you really actually have the time.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
And if you do a video, this is a big one for conversions. If you do have a video on any page, this it could be a course sales page, you could have an agency website. A video on any page should really be, unless it's a webinar designed to be a webinar, a video on any page where you're looking for an instant conversion should be under 3 minutes, 3 minutes maximum. Because what you're really doing is you're stalling somebody from clicking the button or taking the next step. So I bring that up because I see a lot of registration pages and they might have 15 videos on them. And that's a lot of videos. And that's a lot of distraction from somebody moving to the next step per se.
You write it in 3 minutes, or a consumer can or a person can consume it in 3 minutes.
Consume it in 3 minutes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
I try to, so sometimes I do have a video where this image is. And then if so, I try to make it like 2, 3 minutes tops. It should really just be, here are the benefits. Here's who this is for, why it's valuable. And if it is going to be live, dates and time of when it's live per se.
Hey, Dino, I got a question behind Brian's. He sparked an interesting question on his interesting question. So when you do this page right here, if you're going to do a lead magnet, say a quick quiz, I guess my question is two-part. Should you include a quiz type thing to bring them into the workshop? Because I think the 3 minute video would be perfect for what I'm doing, but I also wanted to explain what true sidereal reporting is a thing. So they have that. Do you then have to still add I guess you do have to still add the Q&As or the immediately after that. And where would I put the quiz?
Great question. So that's a little bit more advanced. What I would do in that scenario, and again, it's not going to be a one size fits all answer. And the reason is because it really does depend on how complex this quiz is. If I'm saying, hey, take a law of attraction, take a personality quiz, people know what a personality quiz is. And so I don't need a video explaining a personality quiz. I might say, take a personality quiz to realize what type of entrepreneur you are and what type of marketing you should do. It's pretty self-explanatory through a single sentence. Now, Danny, I know that you are in an emerging space where some people might not have heard of your modality. that might make more sense to have a video to explain this is why this is important, as you haven't heard of this before. So that's a big one for everyone. Would your audience immediately know what this is? And if not, you might need to elaborate. If it's fairly direct, then I would just do static image. For us, I thought this would be for our audience as well, fairly direct, right? You're going to show up. Our AI tool is going to write you a sales page in 3 minutes. And I know you guys are all have a level of marketing or otherwise are experienced in advanced marketers yourself. So you've heard of that catchphrase sales page. And it's like, okay, I get what that is. I think I would like that tool. I want to see this, how this works. And I thought an image would be sufficient in that situation. But one more quick note, and then we're going to continue moving forward because I want to get you guys the cheat sheet and the tool. If you do an image, do notice the image. There is, I'm reiterating the value exchange so that you understand what you're getting through this workshop. And there's a little bit of the visuals, like you see it, what looks like a sales page there. So that's very big, especially if you can make it feel tangible to your audience. You're getting this report. You're getting this PDF when you come to my workshop. You're getting this cheat sheet as well. You're getting, if I was a relationship coach, you're getting this message on your dating apps because from our workshop, you're going to attract more matches. Whatever you can do to visually prove what you're about to deliver always will increase conversions as well. So that's just a little bonus thing for everybody. Good questions there, guys. We're going to continue on. Let me get you the cheat sheet. This is all we're doing. We're using AI to create our sales pages quickly. We're using AI to create lead magnets. We're using AI to create cheat sheets, to create our workshops. It's doing the bulk of that quote unquote manual, old school labor that was very time intensive. All right, now AI is fantastic. It's not going to go anywhere. It should be leveraged and used in the right way. However, human psychology is that people will always want to connect with people. So we will always continue to run these 30-minute workshops. AI will never replace a workshop. As a matter of fact, in-person events are starting to blow up this summer. I've seen more friends in the industry going to industry events than I have the last 5 or 6 years because people still want to connect with people. So we're all using AI in some capacity maybe, but people always want to be around you. Your prospects, you guys probably have so many prospective clients in your audience. As soon as you say, here's your chance to meet me for 30 minutes, you'll be surprised at how many show up and how new conversions happen for you. So we will always continue to do the workshops. And of course, you need something to sell. You have your main offer. And so you have your offer stack. So those are really the 3 cornerstones that we are focused on. All right. And so I do know we have a couple clients and visionaries in the building really quick. And then I'm going to hand you guys the AI tool. Here's what we're doing in the next 30 days inside of our mastermind. Number one, and by the way, everybody else, this is a blueprint for you in terms of what you should be considering doing yourself as well. Everybody here, regardless of your industry, you should be creating your own AI tool. It will instantly upgrade your offer. So not just coaching, not just consulting, going to hand you an AI tool to your clients. If you are in our mastermind, we will be helping you create your own AI tool. Should be using AI to edit and create videos. That's getting crazier by the day. We'll be diving into more of that. And then AI to design your workshop presentations. I have never been able to put together workshops that are as helpful and powerful and as in the few amount of time preparation time. Sales page is written for me instantly. Workshop is outlined for me instantly. AI does all of that. My marketing content, my emails, the last 7 emails I sent to promote this workshop were all written by AI through our custom AI tool. Everything is moving at light speed. So those are a couple of things. Those are opportunities for everybody. We will be doing that in our mastermind. I don't want this to be a pitch fest. If you guys are interested in Visionary Rising, till Monday, we have a 50% off special before the price doubles. That comes out to $1.36 per day. All right, it's $1.36 per day. If you decide you want to join our mastermind, we'll have details about that for you all later. And so now let's focus on this AI tool. Let's get you the cheat sheet. And I am going to put this in chat box for everyone. And if I missed any comments or questions, I will absolutely circle back around to every single one of those, and we will look some examples. But here's what's going to happen. That link in the chat box, if you guys click that link, all right, it's going to take you to my Facebook page. You will have to say, when it takes you to my Facebook Messenger, you'll have to click a little button that says start conversation. All right. Our little AI bot is going to hand you the cheat sheet right away. So if anybody has trouble with that, let me know, but you should instantly get a ding on Facebook Messenger, whether on your phone or desktop, and your cheat sheet should be there. I see some of you guys clicking that. Yeah, get started button. I see a few of you are now popping into our cheat sheet here. All different types of ways to use AI. A little chatbot fella doing his work in the background. It's pretty incredible where things are at right now. A lot of fun. All right. Did anybody have trouble with that? I really want to make sure everybody has the cheat sheet because the AI tool is inside of that. No issues. Okay. If anybody's watching the replay, we'll make sure all of that is beneath this video for you as well. All right. So this is the cheat sheet. Fairly simple. What we have here is a sample registration page. All right. So if you guys, because you're about to get your workshop sales page copy. So if you're wondering what was that layout that we were previously reviewing, here's a sample page for you with the layout. All right. So that if you decide to build it on a funnel, you can. All right. However, here's what I'm going to recommend to everybody here who doesn't have a funnel building software, doesn't have a website, or doesn't like technology at all. I do want to share this. This is a sample workshop registration page. All right. All of the copy came from our AI tool. It is for a dating coach as an example. This is all you need to do. All right. You're going to get your sales page copy. You're just going to literally paste it into a Google Doc and you are done. You can start promoting your workshop in a matter of minutes, which is absolutely wild. Very cool. And if you're wondering, Dino, does the look and feel matter for conversion? Should I actually spend time to put it into a funnel? That is up to you. But let me share this quick story, which is to say, I have purchased a $2,000 live event from a Google Doc. All right, so the tickets were $2,000. The event was here in San Diego. It's a 3-day event. It was a Google Doc. It said, here's the event details, the venue, what we're going to cover, what it's about. Here are the speakers, $2,000 paid through PayPal. All right, does not have to be fancy. I went to the event and then I spent $30,000 at the event. So they got me to their workshop, AKA their live event, with a $2,000 workshop ticket price. And their offer was $30,000 for an annual mastermind. So you can close clients, all right, from a Google Doc, and you can get them to register for your workshop. Sometimes it's less intimidating too. It's just, they're like, okay, it's pretty straightforward what the workshop is about. And the only thing you're going to add to your Google Doc, that is your sales page or your registration page for your workshop, is down here. You're just adding your Zoom link. All right, so AI is going to give you the copy. All right, then you're going to add your Zoom link. Hey guys, this is the Zoom link to attend our workshop. You're going to have the date and time of your workshop, and you're good. You want to get as many people to this Google Doc as possible so they can have the Zoom link and actually register for your workshop. That is the path of least resistance, and it does absolutely work. I will share with everybody, there's nothing wrong with a 3-person workshop. You do not have to have a 20, 30, 40, 50-person workshop. You can grow into that. All right. There are pros and cons to big workshops and small workshops. If your workshop is small, if it's just 3 people there, it's more intimate. Your actual conversion percentage will probably go up. You might close 1 of 3, which is a 33% conversion. You might close 2 of 3, which would be phenomenal. There's nothing wrong with doing that. We have some visionary clients that run a workshop every single week, and they just try to get 3 or 4 people there, and they do it every single week. And that turns into 4 or 5 new clients every single month. You can do it like that if you so choose. So if you're worried about it being a stage and so many people and everything has to go perfect, start with it being very small. By the way, if you want to keep it small, on intentionally, because it's your first workshop. Let your audience know it is going to remain small. Tabitha is in the building. Good to see you. It's been a moment. Let your audience know that it's small. Literally say there's only 3 spots available to this workshop. Only give that Google Doc out to the first 3 people. That's a pretty cool concept to have your first 3 people. I'm going to your workshop. You have 3 people there. And then guess what you get to say online afterwards? That's very ethical and legitimate and strategic marketing. You get to say, hey guys, our last workshop sold out. Spots go fast. Only 3 available. We're running it again. You get the next 3 people, but you can build momentum that manner. It's much better to say, I only have 3 spots, and for those 3 spots to be filled, than to say I have 50 spots and only 7 people register. It's much stronger of a message to say I have only 3 spots and all 3 are taken. Does that make sense, guys? It's okay to start small. My first workshop had like 6 people. All right. Okay, so let's look at the cheat sheet here. First off, this is what this is the
1 second, Dino. Because when I went on to the Facebook, it just gave me, all right, so what's been working best kind of thing. If you can see, I'm like giving you thumbs up on it. You can't see it from here, but yeah, it's just really not giving me anything past that. Is that correct?
Let me put the cheat sheet directly in the chat box for you, Danny, because I remember you had trouble last time as well. So I don't know what's going on with that, but it's in the chat box for you. So you have direct access to this cheat sheet. So here's our tool down here, and there's instructions on how to use it. It's fairly straightforward. All right, and I'm going to demo the tool for everybody here. I recommend, even though you guys can literally access the tool right now, I would recommend watching me demo the tool so that you can use it correctly to get the best results. The results will be different every single time that you use it. And what matters is the information that you feed the AI tool. All right, so it's the input you give it is going to determine the quality of the output. And I really want to make sure that this tool does. You need to have a free GPT account, and you can use this tool. It will always remain inside of your Chat GPT account. All right, I'll show you how to return to it and how to always access it. But as long as you have a free Chat GPT account, you can always use this tool. It uses their technology. It will continually get better because as their AI gets smarter, that's the brain for which it will produce amazing results for you all. So you're going to log in your ChatGPT account, and then you're just going to click this link that says the tool. All right, so I'm going to go, when you do that, it is going to take you over to what is called Dino's Workshop Sales Page Generator. It looks like your average ChatGPT, however, it knows and is programmed in a certain manner to produce the sales page that we want for a great workshop. All right, so it knows the formatting, the structure, where to have headlines, sub-headlines, where to have the bullet points, the benefits, where to have the FAQ section. It already knows all of that. It is going to ask you a couple questions. Number 1, who's your target audience? So it needs to know, who do you want at your workshop? It's going to ask you, what do you plan to teach on your workshop? What's the main topic of your workshop? This is a big one for it to create different marketing messages and angles for you, is the third question. What has your audience tried before that isn't working for them? So it wants to know, what has your audience tried before? So that way it can figure out what they're frustrated over, right? If I'm trying to lose weight and I'm jogging on the treadmill every single day, it wants to know that. So it can position the new solution against, hey, you don't have to jog on the treadmill anymore, Dino. You're going to lose weight faster by doing. If you don't, just say, I don't have any of those types of results. If you do, be very detailed in how you explain your personal results or a client's particular results. All right, so to give you guys an example, we have a couple relationship coaches in our mastermind. And so I thought of one of them and I said, let me pretend like I am her. She is a relationship coach for women who have not dated in several years. So maybe they went through divorce or a bad breakup or moved across country or been career focused, but her audience are women who haven't dated in a few years who are returning to the dating scene. And so that's how I answered the first question. I'm a relationship coach for women who haven't dated in 3+ years but are ready for a new relationship. What end result do they want from your workshop? I said they want to actually know how to decode what men are thinking. What is it that men are looking for in 2025 when it comes to dating? Because they haven't done any dating in a few years. That's the workshop topic. Is you come to the workshop, I'm going to help you decode how to date in 2025 and what men are actually looking for when it comes to relationships in 2025. What things has your audience tried before? They've tried dating apps. They've tried just hoping that some good looking, charming guy was going to meet them on the street. They've tried relying on introductions from friends. Those are some things they've tried in regards to relationships recently. What's a personal result? One of our clients, she came into the program and I worked with her for 6 weeks. We adjusted her online dating profile. She started getting more matches. She went on a couple dates. The third date she went on is Mr. Perfect. And now they've been together for 2 years. So that was the information I gave to the AI tool. You guys with me so far? We are good. So I just answered that information and it said perfect. It literally wrote the entire workshop registration page from there. What do middle-aged men really want? And let me know if you guys think this is good. I thought this was pretty awesome, and I'm going to show you guys how to make adjustments with the tool. But I thought this was pretty out of the box. I would keep this exactly as it is, and I bet a lot of my target audience, if I was a dating coach for women, would register for this workshop. Discover the unspoken truth about what makes a woman irresistible to high-quality men in their 40s, 50s, and 60s, so you stop wasting time on the wrong ones. In this free 30-minute workshop, you'll learn exactly how to shift your approach so the right men start pursuing you without changing who you are. Here's what you'll walk away with: the real reason online dating hasn't worked for you and how to fix it. Most women are unknowingly giving off the wrong signals. I'll show you what to do instead. The 3 qualities middle-aged men are silently screening for. These aren't about looks. They're about emotional presence, confidence, and connection. The biggest mistake women make after a divorce or long break from dating, and why waiting to be introduced is keeping you stuck. How to instantly stand out in a sea of profiles even if you haven't dated in years. Attraction attention from quality men without playing games or pretending to be someone you're not. And what Sherry did to start dating again after 7 years of silence. She went from invisible to in demand, 3 dates in 6 weeks with a man who's everything she ever wanted. Pretty darn good considering the brief amount of information I just gave it. Because if we think about what just happened, we said the workshop topic was about better understanding what men are looking for when it comes to dating. It came up with these 5 benefits. And I think those are strong, curiosity-driven benefits. I think a lot of folks would say, you know what, I want to go to the workshop to figure out the psychology behind what this guy's looking for and the mistake I'm making and what's wrong with my profile and all of the above. And so that tool is going to do all that work for you in terms of figuring out the benefits of your workshop. Benefits are what sell for you, right? That's why somebody comes to your workshop are those benefits. This is now, if I copied that and I put it into a Google Doc, if I was that dating coach, right, this would be my workshop registration page. It's the exact same information that I just read to you guys, and I only read to the bullet point section. I didn't read through the FAQs, and I didn't read about the subheadlines down the rest of the page. But in a matter of minutes, from giving the tool 3 or 4 sentences, my workshop sales page is done. I'm just going to plug in a Zoom link here and the date and time of this training. And if I'm that online dating coach, now I'm all over social media saying I'm running this workshop. I'm going to help you figure out the secrets behind what men actually want. So ladies, I'm going to help you get dates. It starts with you understanding what these men that you're looking for are actually wanting and the adjustments that you need to make. And all of a sudden, I have moved very quickly through what could to take a lot of ideation and brainstorming and copywriting and everything else, and I'm ready to start marketing. I'm going to pause for a moment. We're going to move into how to use the tool to make adjustments, because maybe it's using the wrong tonality so far based on your personal brand. Maybe you don't like some of the headlines or bullet points. So we're going to look at how to make adjustments, but I'll pause for a second. Any questions thus far? All right, has anybody tried using the tool yet? I know probably have some multitaskers in here.
I haven't, I do have a question. I haven't used it yet, but knowing Chat GPT and everything, now I have a lot of like emotional and specific verbiage that I know that my audience thinks about. If I give it that information, is that making the process too complicated, or will it actually help with the copy creating like more of an emotional charge speaking to their like subconscious parts?
Great question from Dustin. I love this. Give it all the information you want.
Okay.
If you have a tagline, you would just add when you're initially chatting with it. By the way, my tagline is XYZ.
Okay.
Great question. So yeah, if you have catchphrases that you want to use, if you know that there's certain emotions you want to touch upon, you could
Okay.
say my particular audience, by the way, they're really sensitive to XYZ. It will to not go into that area.
Okay. Okay.
And again, I've been very impressed because I've tried playing with it across 11, 12 different industries, and I've really liked the output across 11 or 12 industries thus far. But it will continue to get better because, again, it's powered through OpenAI.
Okay.
So now it should be forever inside of your OpenAI account.
Okay.
Now, for everybody, real quickly, it should show up once you've opened this up and played with the tool. It should show up on the left-hand side. So you should begin to start to see it says Dino's Workshop Sales Page Generator. That should be available to you. And that's where it will live, is here on the left-hand side for you to access. If you ever have trouble accessing it, remember, hold on to this cheat sheet, because you can always come right back to this link and reopen it back up if for whatever reason it gets lost in your account. But it is now permanently in your account for you guys to all use. So I'm going to share with you guys really quick. All right, so here's the dating example. It just gave me back everything. It's going to ask you, do you want me to mock up call to action buttons? Do you need visual appeal? Are you trying to install this into a specific landing page? All right, so for anybody who's technical, you could say, I love it. Please give me the HTML version of it. It will give you everything to stick it into a website if you want. You could say, yeah, I use Kajabi. Can you please format it so that it would work on a Kajabi page? It would do all of that for you. Again, I think the easiest way in terms of path of least resistance is going to be copy and paste to a Google Doc. And I've run workshops in that manner. The next workshop that I run is going to be in a week or two. And it's going to be me demoing this entire process again. So I'm going to use this tool. It's going to write me a sales page. I'm going to stick it into a Google Doc. I'm going to say who wants to come to this. And that will be the entire thing. And again, speed to get up and running very fast. Because if I ask you guys who is more likely to land a client, you or your competitor, when you're showing up, meeting with them live, more consistently, you're available live to meet with them in workshop, you're most likely always going to be chosen, apples to apples. So it really is a crazy, crazy opportunity. They might be down a wormhole doing way too much AI automation and stuff like that. And you're like, hey, let me just meet with you live. People will appreciate that. You get their questions answered. They vibe with you a little bit. You give them value. And then they say, if you want more of this, here we have this offer if you would like to do more. Dustin says, I've written 3 books in 2 weeks. Absolutely. All right. So if we go back to the AI tool here, let's look at, I'll show you how to make some simple requests for adjustments. And then otherwise, let's have all of you guys use the tool and test it out. And we can see what kind of end result you come up with. But I'm going to say this. Please rewrite this page using more charisma. So if you have a tonality that matches with you or that you want to otherwise project, you can say, hey, I need you to be more serious. I want you to be a little bit comical. Please be more charismatic. Please be more professional. Here's the tagline I want you to fit in there. Here's a big one for everybody. Can you brainstorm 5 more headlines? If you don't like the main headline, ask it, can you please brainstorm 5 additional headlines? So they've slightly rewritten the headline here. Let's see. Finally feel wanted. Why smart, beautiful women like you keep attracting the wrong man. So they're getting a little bit more charismatic with descriptions here. How to embody the traits with zero fakery, forcing, or playing it too cool. So it's a little bit more hip in terms of how it's writing after asking it to be a little bit more charismatic. You've got the heart. Let's get the strategy. All right. So again, I want everybody to realize it is powered by OpenAI. So if you need adjustments, ask it for adjustments. If you want it to change tonality, ask it to change tonality. If you want it just to rewrite the headline, ask it to rewrite the headline. Now, something that's also very cool about the bullet points that it will write for you. Those bullet points is your North Star to your marketing. I'll say that again. The bullet points it gives you, the benefits of your workshop, that is the North Star to how you market the workshop. I'm going to go back to this example. Let's look at the bullet points. Here are the 5 bullet points. The real reason online dating hasn't worked for you. That is a social media post waiting to happen. If I'm that dating coach, ladies, here's the real reason online dating hasn't worked for you. It's simply that you're doing what you want to do without consideration from what they're actually attracted to, or whatever it is I'm going to say. I'm not a dating coach. But that first bullet point, that is a piece of content by itself. This second bullet point, that is a piece of content by itself. You just give it a call to action. If you want to come to this workshop, here's the Google Doc. Come to the workshop. I'm going to share with you 3 qualities that men are looking for if you're a single woman. It's not about looks. They're about emotional presence, confidence, and connection. Come to the workshop, and I'm going to literally break this down for you so that you land more dates. This is my 3rd marketing piece of content, right? These are all amazing hooks. If I was doing a reel as a dating coach, and we have had men dating coaches that coach women from the other side of this. Okay, let me talk to you from a man's perspective. And I've seen women also coach men. But here's the biggest mistake women are making after a divorce or a long break from dating. I'm going to do that video. I'm going to write that post. I'm going to say, hey, if you want to come to the workshop, I'm going to help you decode, right, what these single men are actually looking for that you had no idea. And as soon as you understand these little nuances, all of a sudden you're going to get a ton more matches. Does that make sense there for everyone? Those bullet points they're literally giving you a blueprint on how to market your workshop. At least the starting pieces of content for your workshop. So the sales page, this workshop registration page, this is like it's the main cornerstone of how successful your workshop will be. It's really important because from the sales page, if the sales page is great with its copy, with its benefits, with why somebody should attend the workshop, that should all be emulated in your marketing. And that means your marketing is going to do well. So your marketing does well. People go, yeah, that workshop sounds great. Then they come to your sales page, and the sales page still sounds amazing because all of it is synergistic. That's another one for everyone. Remember, your marketing content should always essentially be saying the same thing as your sales page. We don't want those two to be different because then people get confused. So what you say in marketing needs to be reiterated on the sales page. Those two are always cohesive. And then all of a sudden people are like, oh, I saw Dino's video. He was talking about workshops and his marketing. Then I went to his sales page and he was still talking about workshops. That makes sense. If I'm talking about workshops in my marketing, and then you come to my sales page and I'm talking about funnels or Facebook ads, you're like, what does Dino do? Does he do workshops? Does he do Facebook ads? Does he do organic? Is he a sales coach? If I'm talking about workshops and marketing, I need to be talking about workshops on registration pages. Awesome. So what we're going to do, Devet, good to see you here. I want to give everybody 5 or 6 minutes. Hop into your cheat sheet, which should look like this. You want to click on this tool, this link. You will have to be logged into your ChatGPT account, but that should then give you instant access to using the tool. Go ahead and answer those first questions it gives to you. And after you answer a few of those questions, it should then provide you all of the copy for your sales page. And while you guys do that, let's take massive imperfect action here, guys. I want you to walk away with your sales page copy done. So definitely click that link. While you guys do that, I'm going to go ahead and take a peek at catching up at the comments. And Amy, yeah, the cheat sheet is in a Google Doc, so you'll have to be logged into your. I don't think you have to be logged into your Google account to still see this. It might, if you're on mobile, you might have to be. And otherwise, with the replay, we'll make sure the cheat sheet, of course, is beneath the video. Let's see. Matt, go ahead and try a refresh if it's still giving you a little bit of an issue there. I'm going to repost the cheat sheet because I know a few of you just came in late. So cheat sheet is now reposted in the chat box. I know you can't see previous messages if you hop into the meeting a little bit late. That says listening while I walk my grandbaby. I love it. Looking forward to the replay. And if anybody is playing with the tool, I would love to hear if it's giving you a result.
It is. It's pretty cool though. It was talking back to me, asking me questions. So it was
Good.
really neat.
I wanted it to be conversational, so it should be asking you additional questions. Do you need anything else? Do you need call to actions? Do you need me to rewrite the headlines?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm liking it already.
All right, all right. I like that. Again, if you don't like what it gives you, go ahead and tell it that. Tell it how it would be better. Hey, I need benefits to be punchier. I need the headline to be bolder. I would like more. This is a great one. I would like more metaphors included. Will join late. Absolutely will. There is that Google Doc. Tool is inside there. What you can also play with that will determine quality of output. Play with different potential workshop topics. That's question 2. Because what will happen is you could end up with, maybe you're considering 3 different workshops. Run the tool 3 times, one with each individual workshop idea that you have, and then look at those 3 different sales pages and go, which one is the strongest, most convincing? If your workshop topic is, I'm going to show you how to weave baskets underwater, it's really hard to build an argument around why that is awesome to do. So if your workshop topic is a little bit stronger, the sales page is a little bit more persuasive. It's easier to persuade around something that's more desirable.
Then like in a new chat, like for each workshop.
Yes, and if you do start a new chat, keep in mind it oftentimes replaces your old chat. So what I've been doing is it will give me a workshop sales page and I'll go, oh, this is pretty good. I copy it, and that way I have a backup of it. And then I go, all right, I want to start a new chat, or completely start from scratch, keep the information, and this time the workshop topic is something different. So I do like to keep it back. I've just noticed sometimes with these custom tools, sometimes it should have history with you in your account, but sometimes it will delete the chat. And so I just want to give everybody a warning of that. Tony says, mine is running now, working here. All right, Karen says, first run through, great, we'll tweak with some inputs. Thank you, awesome. Way to take action, guys. Really wild concept. Your workshop is basically ready to go. You just need a Zoom link and decide, here, it's Wednesday. Decide you're running your workshop on Tuesday or Wednesday next week before the holiday, at least here in the US. All right, Tuesday or Wednesday gives you almost a full week to market it. Hey, I have 3 spots for my workshop. Here's the Google Doc, all the cool things that we're going to do. You'll have a ton of fun. You meet on Zoom with just 2 or 3 people. You teach them some cool stuff, answer their questions. Say, hey, do you want help implementing this? Here's my offer. Everybody, everywhere, right now, we're using AI. Definitely use AI. AI should, again, help you move faster, should help you with your marketing. This is the marketing piece, writing sales page copy. It should help you with those things. Most of your conversions will still come from the work you do on a workshop. I cannot make this up. Yesterday, I got a voicemail from a private client. We did 3 months together, and those were a great 3 months. His business just skyrocketed, but it has been almost 2 months since we finished working together. He reaches out yesterday. He goes, I just had yet another person sign on board as a client. They came to my workshop back in January. 6 months later, this person converted. All right, so I always say this, right? Your marketing, with your marketing, if it's good marketing, they either buy today or they buy tomorrow. All right, but when you host a workshop, those 3 or 4 people that you have on a workshop, or maybe you have more, maybe you have 10 or 20 people, but those 3 or 4 people on your workshop, they are not going to forget those 30 minutes with you. So when they are ready to buy, they might buy on the spot, or they might wait a couple months and say, I need to wait till my kids are back in school, whatever it is, but they won't forget the workshop with you. So I just saw that again happen with a private client. These workshops, they build a lot of goodwill for you. People will remember them and appreciate them. Dustin says, I did that. I went to your workshop and then bought 3 months later. Yeah, sometimes it's just the timing's not perfect. Doesn't mean the marketing was wasted or anything else. So do keep that in mind for everyone. I know everybody wants to run a workshop and then goes, I want 100% conversion on the workshop. And that's great when it happens. But realistically, that's not going to happen often. But you're still going to see an uptick in conversions because you ran the workshop. So we'll make a big difference for you. Tony says, this is great. Thanks. First result needs some tweaking, but it'll be a great start. Awesome. Awesome. Couple times that I used the tool, I told it, yeah, I want a different headline, or I want to brainstorm 5 more headlines. That's the main piece to look at. Make sure you love the headline and make sure you love the bullet points. That's going to do the bulk of persuasion for you. So love the headline, love the bullet points. If you don't, that's okay. Just say, hey, this headline sucks. Can you try 5 more versions for me? And you might like one of the other ones afterwards a little bit more. All right, so it looks like everybody's rocking and rolling, so that is good. Here is what I am going to do. I'm going to explain more of this $1.36 per day if you decide you want to join our mastermind. I'm only going to do that for about 6 minutes, and then I just want to hang with the rest of you guys and answer any questions you have around workshops, around your marketing and so forth, AI and things that are happening in 2025, but for future visionaries as well as for new ones and for everyone else, you should all be creating your own AI tool. Your offer immediately becomes 100% more desirable when you have your own AI tool. If I actually was that dating coach, I would be creating an AI tool that says, ladies, when you're stuck in a conversation and you're not sure how to respond, my AI tool is available for you 24/7. Go to it, tell it what's going on, feed it the most recent few text messages you've had, and it's going to come back and it already knows how to respond in certain situations. If I was a dating coach, that would be the AI tool I would probably create. And it makes you that much more valuable as a coach or consultant. So it really doesn't matter what space you're in. AI is not just for the marketing business space. If I was a spiritual leader and coach, I would be using it in a very similar manner in terms of how it could support clients by answering certain questions or by reading their horoscope or just doing a bunch of different things. We all have the ability to do that. And so I would look at that. That's for everybody. Start considering the AI tool you want to create. If you are in our mastermind, we are going to help you create your own. And so I'm going to run through this very quickly. We'll answer any questions you have. It can be about anything whatsoever, but the doors are open to Visionary Rising for right now at half off until Monday. On Monday, the price is going to double. All right. Our focus is what we talked about. It's 3 main things that we are focused on. Cool things to do with AI, because that is the day and age that we are in. I want to help you guys leverage that to do amazing stuff and simplify business like we just saw here today. Running your workshops and then having and upgrading your core offers so that they're desirable, because offers should be changing. Our offer changed quite a bit in the last 6 to 12 months. Your offers, regardless of your space, should be changing as well. And so we keep it very simple. Those are the 3 things we look at. I'll help you guys get really good at running these 30-minute workshops with using AI to get up and running very quickly. I run a live training like this every Monday, but it's much smaller and more intimate. There's literally like 6 of us on the call. You will get plenty of personal attention. They're 90-minute calls. They are recorded if you can't attend live. But my goal is to help you implement like we did here today. All right, so if you guys are walking away with your sales page copy done here today, if you're at those weekly calls with me, you will walk away with something else completed in your business. That's always my goal. All right, so those calls are weekly, but maybe you can only attend once per month. That's still awesome. Then every single month, you're walking away with something new implemented in your business, but they are weekly. You will get your daily and weekly marketing plan powered by AI so that you know what to post and do Monday through Friday. Eliminate that guesswork. You'll have access to our recorded material, but a lot of our stuff is moving into tools, templates, so that because we're able to do that now with technology. So it's less watching videos like it was a couple years ago, and it's more use our tools, implement fast. Here's the strategy. Let me answer your questions. Let's do this together live. So it really is a cool day and age that we're in. One of my favorite things, every single week, I provide you a 5-minute marketing tip. It's audio. Listen to it when you have coffee, when you're at the gym, when you're going for a walk, something cool you can do inside of your business to attract more clients. We do have an awesome community. We had round robin presentations last week. We had 7 different clients presenting across all different industries, sharing their tips, advice, strategies. We do a lot of networking, very positive, fun community. For Halloween, we always dress up and have a Halloween costume in case that's really important to you. It seems like it's important to a lot of our clients. They take it seriously. And then again, Cody AI, that's our very own AI tool that is outside of ChatGPT that will help you run your workshops and do everything. All right. And so total value is $22,487. In the past, our mastermind for a year would be about $7,800 for the year. After Monday, our mastermind will be just over $1,000. All right, right now it's $497 for the year. That comes out to $1.36 per day. That exists until Monday. All right, and there is buy now, pay later. There are those options at checkout. So if you were looking to break it up or do some type of financing, those options are available at checkout. And so I will very quick take you guys over here. You'll see testimonials. I'll drop this link off for everyone. It is at the bottom of your cheat sheet, but a reiteration of what's in the program. And you have to scroll quite a bit, but we want you to realize everything that's in here because it's a screaming deal. I'm very, very excited about this because not only is it a different price point than we've done in the past, but it's powered by AI now. So it's just 1,000 times easier to implement. But when you go to checkout, if you are looking for funding or financing, all right, when you scroll down, these options down here, it's like Klarna or Afterpay, right? They will break payments up for you. So those are options for everybody there. You'll have to see whether you qualify. I think it looks at I don't think it does a credit report, but don't quote me on that. But those are options for you. I know a lot of people use Afterpay through Amazon or Klarna. So those are options if $497 is not, if you don't want to do that in full. But yeah, the offer is good till Monday, and we would love to have you on the inside. Clients are doing amazing things. We're continuously evolving because that's what AI is doing. And there's an opportunity for all of you to take advantage of it as well. That's kind of the scoop. And so with that said, I appreciate you guys listening to the offer that we have for our mastermind. Again, $1.36 per day is what that comes out to. Have any questions, let me know. And with that said, I will put this in the chat box. It is in your cheat sheet, but I will put our page in the chat box. This is our mastermind sales page. So even if you're on the fence, click that link. Even if you're on the fence, click that link so you can hold on to it because it's good till Monday. But I don't want to go up. Where's that link later in 2 days? I want to do it. And then you don't know where it is. So click that link, take a peek at all the information there. If you have questions, definitely reach out. Happy to answer any of those. And then otherwise, let's hang out for a little bit. Questions, comments, concerns. Who plans to run a workshop soon? Couple hands up.
Dino, I got a question for you. So with what you see of like the podcast, in the book, and kind of the brand and the messages and stuff, I'm really getting stuck on what a first intro workshop would be that's good and juicy that goes along with the brand. Like I know what their big problem is, but I don't know that they know that's actually their problem.
Okay, so this is really good for everybody here. This is an opportunity for all of us to recognize where a lot of us make a mistake with messaging. And I've made this mistake before, which is why I remember it. What's really important is not what Dustin knows the problem actually is. What's really important is what her audience thinks is the problem. Dustin, what does your audience think? What do they think the problem is?
They think the problem is themselves. They think the problem is they're not healed. They think the problem is that they're broken.
Gotcha. And what do you think the problem is?
They're not connected to who they really are. They haven't embodied that they are the creative force energy within. They've gotten attached to their emotions and their thoughts, their emotions, but they're just caught in their unconscious conditioning and they don't know that.
Gotcha. So what you want to do messaging wise is speak to what they think the problem is.
Okay.
They think they're broken. And so it would be something along the lines of, 3-step process to go from feeling broke to whatever end result they want, or how to shift out of a negative thought spiral. I don't know if that's something that they deal with.
Oh yeah.
All of a
Oh
sudden
yeah.
just go one direction and they're just out of control in terms of how they're self-reflecting. I would look at some of the, but that's where their attention is. And this
Yeah.
is not just for
Okay.
Dustin, this is for everyone else. Their attention is on I'm broke. Right? And so we need to explain that, hey, this is for you if you feel broke. Because if Dustin starts saying, if she just talks about the positive, oh, here's how to up level your consciousness, if they're not using that, if they don't think it has to do with their subconscious, then they go, oh, that's not for me. I need somebody that's going to help me with where I am. So you at least have to initially address where they are so they feel understood. And then you can talk about the positive. And this is where we're taking you to this next level here. This is the shift. This is what you're looking for.
So would it be okay to get them into a workshop about relationships when the whole teaching is building a relationship with themselves?
So your whole concept is build a relationship with yourself.
That would be that's what the initial foundation teaching is, how to acknowledge who you are and how do you build a relationship with yourself from wholeness.
And the end result they want
Is a relationship, like more deeper, meaningful relationships outside of them. Because again, they don't feel like they're whole. So they're looking for that other part. Would that be a good attention grabber into it? And then
it would. And because again, you always you sell what people want, give them what they need. Hey, here's how to set your relationships on fire in a positive way in terms of things are going good with family, friends, you're attracting new love into your life, you're starting to love yourself as well. Those are all the things that they're after. It's just how to have your relationships flourish and blossom. They want to go to a workshop to learn how to do that. And then on the workshop, we go, okay, we have to reverse engineer the process. If you want good relationships with friends, family, parents, kids, and to attract a significant other, well, the centerpiece of all of that, the one common denominator is you. And so we need to heal you first, and so that everyone else around you can magnetize to you, type of thing.
okay. That was perfect. Okay.
Great question, Dr. Danny. Oh, I think your audio is. I know you're unmuted, but I think your
Oh, here
audio.
you go. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, just to piggyback on what Dustin just said, I'm in the same niche or same space. And the way I do it, which has helped, when I just plugged in my avatar kind of thing inside your program, it literally spit out all the pain points, which is what I wanted. So instead of me going to the end result, I'm really dealing with the immediate result. They're most likely going through life change, life trauma, death, grief, or whatever that's making them say, "Hey, what's going on with me?" And then your program just gave me all those pain points, and then I'm bringing it about them, not the end result, if that makes sense. And then when they come through, we say, "Hey, of course, when you align this way, it's going to give you all the manifestations of your heart or all the desires you wish, so it doesn't feel like bait and switch." Because that was the problem I was having in the beginning. It was like I was talking about the end result, and then they get into the workshop or they come and speak to me, and they're like, "No," because I wanted the end result. But when you literally drop in the pain points of what they feel today, what they feel right now, then they're like, "Oh, that's exactly what I'm frustrated. I can't find nobody. This dating pool sucks. Everybody's a crazy generation." So I went with that route, and it made it so much easier to bring them in and talk to them about themselves. And then they're like, "Oh, this makes so much sense." And so now all of them, I need more of you talking about me so I can get to that, if that makes sense. So I just wanted to chime in on that one.
Good share, Dr. Danny. We appreciate that. One thing I will add for everybody here. Sometimes the sales page tool will do this. If it doesn't do it for you, it depends on your workshop topic again. If it doesn't initially do this for you, a great follow-up to ask the tool is, please give me 1 to 3 examples of why this works. So that's one of the strongest ways to persuade is with real life metaphors. So you guys know I do a lot of workshops and I highly encourage everybody to run workshops to get clients. It will transform your business. Not only will it help you land new clients, it will bring on board the right fit clients for you, right? Because if they didn't like your workshop or if you two aren't a match from your workshop, they're, it screens out those troublesome clients, so to speak, because everybody's already on the same page. So it really does make your business run smoother. So I love workshops. So I have various metaphors that I use to help people understand why workshops are powerful, right? We date before we marry. We test drive a car before we buy it off the lot. We go to an open house before we consider buying the home. Amazon does try it before you buy it. If you want, you can try on the clothes before you commit to making payment. All shopping stores allow you to try on the outfit before you buy it as well. People like to try and test drive before they make a commitment. We date again before we marry. A workshop is that for you. It's a chance for your audience to quote unquote date you for a moment to see, hey, would I enjoy working together actually? Should I feel confident about making this investment? So those are metaphors. Those are examples that I use to help people really hone in on, I understand why a workshop is required. That is great copy to have on a sales page. So depending on your workshop topic, the AI tool is already going to do that for you. It's going to be a sub headline underneath the FAQ section. It'll say something like, I've done a few examples where it said Amazon does this model and Nike uses this type of strategy. And it was building a quote unquote metaphors and an argument of why this would be a smart workshop. And that could be helpful as well. If you're wondering how to the page more persuasive, just ask it, can you give me 1 to 3 examples or metaphors on why going inward to go outward is the right way to attract love into your life? And it will literally build the argument for you. Cool concept. Miss Jackie Ruka, good to see you.
Hey, Dino, thank you so much for all of this. 2 questions. One, in your masterminds, where on average do you find people are marketing their workshops? Is it Facebook? Is it, I don't know, some platforms that you think are highly, I don't know, where people get more the visibility they want? And then my second question was, how long is your mastermind again? You said the year, was that correct?
Great questions. Most of the visionaries primarily market on Facebook, Instagram, and or TikTok. Those
Okay.
are like the 3 bigger ones. We've had career coaches do quite well on LinkedIn. It seems like our group isn't like a big LinkedIn group. I know LinkedIn could still be a very valuable platform, but it did make sense for those folks in like financial advising, career advancement to primarily focus on LinkedIn. So they would do most of their marketing over there. We have another client who specializes in commercial real estate, and so all of these brokers are primarily on LinkedIn as the platform. So I have him focusing mostly on LinkedIn, and he's done very well with his workshops. So not a one size fits all answer, but for your space, Jackie, definitely Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok are going to be
Okay.
the main platforms. And then, yes, our offer for the mastermind is 12 months.
Okay. And then not to get too, not for you to give it all away, but when you say create your own AI tool, because yours is workshops and mine is really on my neuro success, neuroscience method. And so is it possible to have an AI tool for that?
Great question. Let's talk this one through. Thus far, I've found very few scenarios where you could not have an AI tool. So much so, guess what? Law firms have their own AI tools now. They are saving so much time doing paperwork and all these
Oh,
repetitive
sure.
tasks. Financial advisors, they primarily get their advice from AI and then they turn around and give it back to people. Almost every single industry is using it in some manner. So I think if we brainstorm and get creative, we could figure something out. So I'll ask you a couple questions to see if we can decode this. What are some things you do with a new client? If I'm your newest client and I come on board, what are like the first 3 things we would do together?
We focus on where the majority of their energy is going. So is it toward what's not working? In what area of their life it's not working? We go through the 5 well-being quadrants and how they're feeling and how they want to feel about that area of their life. We go a little bit deeper, and then we focus on the number 1 area that they want to change right now.
Gotcha. Absolutely, we can build an AI tool for that.
Okay. Yay. All right. Thank you.
Great questions there. Yeah, I just wanted to hear your process first a little bit to understand what information we're gathering. But yeah, and as a matter of fact, for everybody, it's not just one AI tool. I think I've lost track, like 10 or 11 that help you with different specific things, but all of you can have as many as you need for certain scenarios. Like this tool was to write a sales page, but we have another one that writes your workshop emails, another one that does all your social media posts. And so another one that actually scripts your entire workshop. So you don't even have to really prepare. It's just done for you. And so you guys can all have a bunch of different tools that the tool should be twofold. One, they should help you. And then 2, it's an extreme benefit and bonus to your clients as well, right? Your clients, you get to give it to your clients. So again, we have an email tool, helps you write emails. I use that daily to write my emails, but then clients also have access to it if they want to write an email. So the tools are going to help you out a ton, and then it will make your offer stronger. And then you also get to provide it to your clients, which is really awesome for everyone involved.
Dino, I have a question for you. When you say AI tools, are you talking about like in Chat GPT, so that every kind of tool that you create is like another thing level in Chat GPT that you're sending out?
Or there's different opportunities to create like what we have, which is like our Cody AI tool, which is like your own login for your own users if you want to give them like closer to an app essentially. So ton of different like options. Great question. Yeah, a bunch of different options there around how you decide to do it, what you decide to use, and pretty cool. It is very cool. And ironically enough, I was surprised at the process and the end results and so much. Good question, Karen. It depends on the solution that you want to go with, but some of these solutions are $10 to $15 a month if you want your own AI tool. Devet, I see a hand up. There's a familiar face.
Hey, Dino. Oh my gosh, feels so good to plug back in. I'm over here babysitting. Oh, we gotta always keep on going.
Absolutely. It's been forever. Good to see you.
Yeah, and thank you, Karen, for reminding me of this call and inviting me. So I don't want to miss it. So I look forward to the replay. You may have already gone through all this. Obviously, I was late. But is there something with the AI tool that one of the things I've always wanted to create is like with numerology, right? Where they can plug in their own number. And I know that there's a lot of like online stuff where you could put in your birth date and your name, and then it gives you a reading. Is there something like that I can create with this where it will calculate their birth date, their life path, their name? Or is that something different that I would have to use?
100%. I know someone, she is a spiritual coach and leader. She specializes in numerology, and so she has her own numerology AI tool now. And so her clients get access to that, but she uses it in sessions, right? Her clients come to her and say, can you do a reading for me or figure out what's going on in my life right now? And she plugs all this in to her AI tool. She gets the immediate answers. It's all custom to this person based on the information. And so it makes her consulting job 1,000 times easier because she doesn't have to do all the research and put it all together. She can give a real fast response. And then she gives her clients access to that so that if they want to just figure out, why do I feel extra tired this week or something else? she can design the tool so that it will answer those types of questions for them. And just so everybody understands how these AI tools work a little bit, right? It's the information that you give it. So this is how I coach, or this is how I would advise. But then you also, the AI tool is allowed to go do research on the internet. So in the example of numerology, it would go do research. What does it mean if you were born in the month of May? Are you a Taurus? It would know how to go to do all that research so it can come back and save you all of that time you would have had to do it. It can come back and act on your behalf, essentially under your brand name. So like with our AI sales copywriting tool that you all have access to now, it did a bunch of research online. It looked at your industry, your niche, your audience, and it figured out, that's how it comes up with the bullet points and other things. It figured out, what are people looking for on the internet? What do they need? What should be inside this workshop? So pretty cool how all that is coming to be, so to speak. That, because I know for you, Devette, and for anybody else who's in, any numerology fans here, a little bit, anybody familiar with it? There's that website numerology, or it's either numerology.com or numerologist.com, but they've been using like an AI technology like 10 years, and they are a massive company because they paid a lot of money to developers to develop their own internal AI before it was like mainstream. But now all of us can develop our own AI tools, and we should, and you should use that to make your life easier, and you should use that to make your offer stronger and to be a better service provider to your clients as well. Because there's no way that I could have sat down with each of you and helped each of you copyright a sales page. That would be a lot of time, and the individual time for just you and me to do a sales page and to copyright it and do the research behind it. Now AI is allowing us to do all those things very quickly. So it is a great benefit add to everyone when you build something custom for your clients and your audience.
I have a question, Dina.
Yeah, we'll have to keep in mind a custom AI tool. They can be used as a lead magnet as well. Right? It can be something maybe you give away one of your tools in a workshop. Maybe another tool is like, you need to give me your name and email and you'll get access to my tool for free. You can collect leads. So it can be, you can use them in so many different ways. But yeah, Naya, I saw your hand up.
Yes, thank you. And was an awesome workshop. Awesome job. My question is, I'm excited that this tool seems to be able to incorporate whatever methods or frameworks that we do business. So I'm just trying to figure out how, for myself as a business growth strategist who offers different type of packages, so would I get a different GBT for each type of offers? Because my range is different. So like, I believe I'm going to talk next about funding maybe. So how do we, with someone who has a little bit more services in a sense, how can I utilize this tool for what I do?
Great question. Yes, I encourage all of you to build as many custom tools as you need to have or would be helpful. So Naya should have an accounting tool. She should have a cash flow tool. She could have a generate a proposal tool. She could have a write an email newsletter if you're a small business owner tool. And she could have all these tools. And so it's almost like Naya's becoming a software owner. Like a small business owner, Naya can now say, hey, I have a tool for you that helps you manage your monthly cash flow. Revenue in versus expenses. Another tool helps you write your weekly newsletter. That's the marketing piece. Another tool helps you do something else. Yeah.
So can I ask you something else? And I appreciate that, makes a lot of sense. What I'm trying to, and I'm seeing if this can be incorporated, a part of what I do is strategy. So I do a lot of one-on-one strategy sessions where that's really a one-to-one customization. How can the GPT be used where I can to give it my whatever strategic process that I go through with the client when we're doing business model design, or you get what I'm saying? Like, how can it do that? Where that'll help me really hone in on, because it starts with a strategic project process first, regardless of what we're talking about, or business growth audits. And so I'm just trying to see to get my brain wrapped around how I can really use the tool. But it seems to be awesome.
Yes, it should be used in consulting sessions. All of us should be, if you have a custom tool, that is applicable, use it in coaching sessions, consulting sessions. Let me give you guys an example because you guys know I love using metaphors to help understand complex topics. When you go to a doctor's office, they're sitting in front of a computer. They enter in some information, your weight, your height, your current blood pressure. The computer comes back and tells them, is this a healthy cholesterol level? Is this a healthy blood pressure for your age, your gender, your weight? That is their AI tool, is the computer. So we've been seeing that for a long time. The dentist has the computer, but they get all the feedback. No, this teeth is crooked. We need to have it fixed in this amount of time, or it's going to cause cavity or this type of other issue. And so think of these tools as like they are as tools. You want to use them with your clients. It doesn't replace you, right? You still need the dentist there. You still need the doctor there. The attorney is still looking at their computer to get a bunch of information that's required on your case before they make the recommendation. But they are tools. And so it makes it easy and it allows you to move faster with your clients. So if I meet privately with a client and we can get 10 times as much done in one session as I could with a client 3 years ago. If I sit down privately with a client now, boom, sales page done. Boom, 20 custom emails done. Boom, workshop completely done. Like all of it can be done immediately together because we have the tools. So great question, but we will be covering more of this, of course, every Monday, starting Monday. I can go deeper with you on Monday too. Great stuff. Fun to see so many returning visionaries I hadn't seen in a while. A lot of fun. I'm going to take a peek at comments here really quickly. Otherwise, we're going to wrap up soon so we can get the recording processed unless there's a burning question anywhere. Humphrey, good question. Humphrey, let me answer this for you very quickly. In regards to payment plans, when you come to the sign up page, if you scroll down, and it's a little bit hidden here on the right. I wish it was more front and center, but there is a button right here. If you see that, this pink square, there is Afterpay and Klarna, which I think Klarna breaks your payments into 12 payments. So I think that would be closer to $49, $47 a month or something of the sorts, or might even be less. And Afterpay, I believe they would break payments into 4 installments. Those are 2 options that we currently have. So it is hidden. I wish it wasn't, but look for the Klarna and Afterpay here. If you guys do decide to try that out, what it requires is like you will be redirected to the Afterpay website. And you might already have an account with them, but you can, if not, you would sign up to have an account with Afterpay. And you do have to check your email because they send you an email to confirm your Afterpay account. But they normally walk you through the steps, and then that kind of becomes a payment plan option. And those are quite popular. We have quite a few folks using either Klarna or Afterpay. Good question. Is that helpful there a little bit, Humphrey? Right. Awesome. Awesome. Danny says, I'm going to be using this next week. Going to be doing a workshop next week. Karen, great to see you as well. Have a good rest of your Wednesday. Awesome, guys. We will wrap up today's training. Fun having everybody here. Awesome to see everybody taking action too. I think I saw a lot of comments and heard from a lot of you guys that you actually did and were able to use the AI sales page generator, that you have your sales page copy now done for your workshop, which is great. Hold on to that tool. It's 100% free. It's yours to keep forever. It should live inside of your OpenAI or otherwise ChatGPT account. If not, just hold on to that cheat sheet. It's in that cheat sheet if you ever need to return to the tool. That's the Google Doc. But definitely use that. Talk back and forth with the AI. Ask it to update your headlines or make improvements as you see fit. But thanks for bringing the energy, guys. I hope this was helpful. We hope to see you on the next workshop. as well. And for the rest of you that decide to join the mastermind, we're really excited to have you inside of Visionary Rising. Fast reminder, special offer expires Friday if it's a fit for you. And so hope you guys have an awesome rest of your Wednesday, and we will chat with you all soon.